Hey Hava. Now that Hava's here, it reminds me our earlier discussions of like games with really good endgame, like extended, long, infinite endgames, and Hava was talking about Diablo 2 being a good example of a game that just works in the long, like for a long time. Fox, especially since if you're not backed by a big corp, you can end up losing hours and hours of grind. Yeah, it takes a special kind of player. Well, it's the big corps. People join a big corporation, and the social aspect of the big corporation becomes the draw for them to play Eve. I think. I mean, I don't think that many people solos for years and years, except I do, but I don't play very often. But I guess with an MMO especially, they should be designed so that a lot of different people with a lot of different play styles or like attitudes towards gaming can all get something from it, right? I mean, some people are like really casual, let's say. Really casual, and they just play it like some sort of idle game. Which is actually kind of what I do. Like you're not even paying attention very much, you just have it open and you're mining, let's say. And then there's... oh crap, what is this? And then there's the people who are like really intense players, right? I just flooded out the bottom of my stuff. No, I didn't. Like people who are intense players, they play for a short time, but they like get into fights, blow ships up. Fox says that's how I tend to play when I have it open too. Yeah, so like we're the casual guys, and we just like want a low intensity thing in the background as we're kind of like doing other things. And like, but there are high intensity players too, right? There are high intensity players, like they get into a ship, they get into big fights and they blow each other up, and you know, they do that for half an hour and it's really fun for them. And maybe the game needs to accommodate both and everyone in between. And there needs to be enough variety in the game to accommodate like different types of players. Not to criticize EVE Online too much, because it actually is quite good in that sense. There are a large variety of things for players to do, and there are plenty of different types of players. 1, 2... hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4... Can't see a thing. Two, three, 4, 5, 6. Fox says that's certainly the ideal, and I would concur that EVE is better at it than most MMOs. Yeah. Oh crap. Why is there so much water everywhere? That's a slight problem. Okay, let me like do that. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Although lately EVE Online, I think they've been ramping up the intensity of the gameplay. I think partly to discourage bots, because if something is low intensity and relatively safe, then you can easily use macros to automate. One, two. Actually, there's 1, 2, 3. This needs to be lowered down. Also have to keep in mind the business side of it. What kinds of players spend money and what kinds don't. Like, I suspect, just like psychologically, the high intensity guys would be more willing to spend money because they want like fast action. They want to like get into the action quickly, and maybe they're willing to pay for it. Whereas the slow grinders are willing to spend time to grind and therefore are less likely to spend money to get into things quickly. And if it turns out that the grinders consistently spend less money than the action guys, then it wouldn't be too surprising for the game developers to cater to the action guys and start to ignore the grinders, just because that's where the money is and they have to make enough money to keep the business going. Fox says, I think EVE has been taking more steps for the business side of things in recent times. They have. But it's not like they make a lot of money. You know what I mean? I suspect they like... It's not like they're raking in the cash. Like, you know, World of Warcraft rakes in a lot of money. EVE is not World of Warcraft in that sense. I mean, obviously they're doing it for the money, right? Like the skill injectors, you can like spend money to buy skill points. And like trading plex and all that. I just realized that's kind of wrong. Fox says, I think they're quite happy to take in enough to cover themselves in fun passion projects, or that's my impression. Actually, yeah, the passion projects, or the stuff that CCP works on, but which don't make any money. What if they didn't do their passion projects and just put all their efforts into EVE Online? Okay, you just pointed out something that I didn't think about, folks. Those other projects that don't go anywhere. How many have they cancelled now? Wasn't there like a first-person space dogfighting thing that they cancelled, and then there was like a first-person shooter thing that they cancelled? Crap. They are wasting money. Damn it. 2, 3. Fox says, I think one of those made it through and they were trying something with the VR that I heard once and never again. I mean, the projects, they did finish them. I'm just saying they didn't make any money. Right? Like, people don't really play them. That should be further down, I think. It should be like that. I don't think those other projects were profitable for CCP. I'm not sure they even broke even on their development cost. This is awkward. I think I want to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Foxes, I think they thought they would pull their Eve base into the expanded universe thing they had going on, but I'm not sure that was ever feasible. I don't think that's feasible. Because the hardcore Eve players, I don't even think they play any other video games aside from Eve. Eve takes up so much time. It's such a time intensive, especially if you're like in a big corporation out of NowSec and you have to defend your territory. Like, people attack you in weird time zones. So people on EVE Online, they routinely like get up in the middle of the night to defend their territory from invasions. Yeah, Foxes, I've definitely heard the phrase full-time job to describe the game. Yeah, exactly. Like, EVE Online is already a full-time job for the people who play them. So why on earth would they like get into another game that CCP makes? 1, 2. Okay, this has to be a persister. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 2, 3, 4, 5. Foxes, I'm not sure, but it's the only reason I can see that they basically had it all in the same universe rather than trying out new IP. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not, I don't know. Because EVE Online is kind of a niche game, I think. Right? It takes like a particular type of person to play that game. Like, the idea of it is so cutthroat and so ruthless. The idea that like scammers and gankers and pirates are a legitimate part of the game. You know, you don't do that in other video games, you know what I mean? It takes a particular type of person to think that is entertainment. Like, you haul some stuff to Jita to sell, and other players can just blow you up if they think you have enough valuable stuff for them to steal. And that's a legitimate part of the gameplay, it's just you just get blown up and people steal your stuff. It's not the sort of thing that everyone would put up with. Fox says it gives it a unique position in the market. It's a unique position in the market, but also a niche that is not gonna be mainstream ever, right? Like most people are too casual to want to put up with that sort of crap. Like, you know, when you say casual, often it's like an insult, or supposed to be an insult, but no, it's not. It's not really an insult. It's like they're too sensible to put up with that sort of nonsense in entertainment. In something that's supposed to be entertainment. One, two, three, four, five. Foxes is the kind of thing players think they want until they're on the receiving end. Yeah, but no, like, there's a particular type of person who, when they get blown up and they get mugged, they want to play more because they're like, I don't know, vindictive, I guess. They want to like come back and be even more of a bad guy than the one who just mugged them. Right? Like, that particular type of person plays EVE Online. Right? Like, oh, your ship got blown up by some pirate. I want to get revenge, right? Like, the guy who wants to get revenge, that's the person who keeps playing EVE Online. Like, on a good day, they would be the pirate. And that's fine. It's a game. They're not really mugging people. So, you know, I'm not gonna tell people not to play the game. It is a particular mentality, though. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, and 4. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Fox says, I like that it exists. It was the original draw for me until it got bogged down in the grind. Yeah, I also like the idea of it. Even though, like, I don't play it very much, I like the idea of it. And I like the idea that other people play it a lot. It's a video game that I don't play much, but I'm glad other people play it. Unfortunately, that doesn't help CCP make money to keep the game running. EVE Online, it's one of those games. 1, 2. Harvest says, I think I played for 20 minutes once. Yeah, and that sounds about right. That sounds like the vast majority of players, Harbour. Fox says, I still have an active sub, though I clock like an hour a month most of the time. I don't know if you should still sub then. You're paying, what, 15 bucks for an hour? One, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 5. Especially now. Look, I play alpha clones because I don't pay money, right? So I just play free to play and I play the alpha clones. I wouldn't sub to the game because I just can't. I can't play it that much. Fox says I can't lose my training time. What if I want to play more actively in the future and regret not doing it? Oh man, you are down the rabbit hole, Fox. You are down the MMO monetization rabbit hole. That's not... If you really think about it, that is not coherent logic for how to spend your money. But you know what, I'm just gonna let you figure it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, two, three, four, 5. Fox says, oh I know, I was subbed to WoW for over a year with less than 10-hour playtime. That was after buying all the expansions. Yeah. But WoW, wait a minute. WoW, you don't, there's no training time or anything like that, right? You can just like end the sub and then restart the sub and you just pick up where you left off, right? 1, 2, 3. Oh, I just realized this side is